It's a Q&A episode this week. It's been a while since we've done one of these videos. I asked you on YouTube and on Twitter to send me in some questions, and I'm going to answer as many as I can. Plus, in much more exciting news, there is a whole new range of merch that has been launched today. So if you don't want to hear me waffling on first, you can skip right to the end, but we'll get there in good time. I can actually hear my voice sounding so different, and as if you were already adjusting to this new look. But I was at Oasis on Sunday, and I don't normally drink, and that was 3 days ago, and my voice is still gone. Anyway, that's not why you're here, but it was great. Thank you very much for asking. First question from Mark Davies asks, you're at a sportsman dinner and you could pick 4 people sat at your table. Who would you pick? 1 LFC ex-player, 1 current player, a player from a rival team, and 1 person outside of sports. LFC player. And if I'm thinking dinner party, right, I don't want to have to do all the work conversationally. So I'm going to go ex-player. Do you know what? I'll go Carragher. And you may, he's a very divisive figure, but I think he'd be a laugh. You know, you see him on the overlap and stuff, Liverpool stuff. I think he'd be a laugh. I go Robbo, current player, because you know already, even if it was just the 3 of us, we'd have a laugh. A player on another team, Cole Palmer, because I think he wouldn't talk and I wouldn't have to talk to him. So like, you alright, Cole? What? Yeah? Like, cool, man. Let us know if you need anything. You know, like, great, he's sorted. And what was the other one? 1 living person outside of sports? Tom Cruise. I know, look, say what you will about his bizarre personal habits, but do you know what? I've recently done a deep dive on all the Mission Impossible movies, which, if you are interested, by the way, I have a podcast where we do review movies, and we just did the entire Mission Impossible series, if you'd like to know my take on it. There's a link in the description below, if I remember to put it in. But the podcast is called What's So Great About, and we talk about movies all the time. That wasn't even the question. So there's my dinner. Jamie Carragher, Andy Robertson, Cole Palmer, Tom Cruise. Okay. I don't know. I could have said anyone instead of Tom Cruise. I've just been watching Mission Impossible lately. I feel like with Tom Cruise, whatever you think of him, if I can get him there, he would be locked in. You know what I mean? He'd be talking right at me, and I'd be like, yeah. But the thing is, like, I feel like if it was just me and Tom Cruise, I feel like he'd be charming enough to kind of, you know, switch me over to that side. You could just imagine Tom Cruise trying to convert the other dinner guests. Like, Tom Cruise talking to Cole Palmer, to me, is a very funny image. And when I realized what this was all about, it absolutely blew me away. If you got 20 minutes, I'd love to tell you all about it. Cole Palmer's like, hey, what? You know, funny. Anyway, Daniel Sherdan, where do you get your ideas from? I don't know. Actually, I do. Well, I do know. A lot of the lip sync ones come from Football Cliches podcast, which is, I mean, it's the only podcast really that I listen to religiously. That and my brother's podcast, Young Hot Guys. The name, if out of context, the name sounds weird. The non-lip sync ones, I don't know. And I never even think they're good ideas. And I'm usually not happy with them when I put them out. But I just put them out. I'm getting much better at just putting them out. Sonny asks, what would the patented, pending, fucking yes scale score be for Gerrard versus Olympiacos, Torres versus Blackburn, and Origi versus Everton? Thanks, love the channel. Thank you, mate. You're really getting into the fucking yes 11s and 12s is here. Like Torres versus Blackburn, that's just a straight up banger goal. That's a 10. Gerrard versus Olympiacos would have to be 11. It's even more iconic now from the commentary from my man Martin Tyler and Andy Gray. I mean, in a way, that was the day the fucking yes scale was invented, just up here. And the Origi versus Everton 90 plus 6. I mean, that's the biggest half goal I think we've scored in the last decade. And we've scored a lot of half goals. A lot of them being Darwin Núñez, who I miss greatly. But, I mean, that was the ultimate. Just the fact that it's at Anfield against Everton. You've got Klopp running onto the pitch. It's just so iconic now. And, yeah, that's a fucking yes 11. Speaking of Martin Tyler, we don't miss Martin Tyler, says Ishi LFC. But do you? No. I tell you, I don't miss his commentary, but I really enjoy doing the lip syncs to his commentary. Like doing sketches online, like normally you build and build and build and then you might get a viral video, whereas like I was like my first 6 all went viral, you know what I mean? And certainly by the end, you know, like Nunes thinks he scored and Lucas Moura, what's he done? Those ones were like great because like it's a weird thing to know, like after I've made it and before I've posted it, I'm like, just to know that it's going to go viral. That's always a nice feeling. I'll just put it on Twitter and then I'll come back 10 minutes later, like 500 retweets. I'm like, oh, so that's nice. It's always nice when you have hundreds of people telling you how funny you are and tens of people telling you how funny you are not. So I probably don't hate him as much as most people because in a weird way, if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't even be here talking about anything. Jay asks the hair. Let me just sit forward in my chair here. I'm getting to the point where I'm thinning. What's the best time to concede defeat? Have you? Great question. Now, this is quite of a drastic change. Now, I don't know if I would call it conceding defeat. I would call it taking charge of the situation. As much as, and you know what, it killed me to do it because as much as, like, as you know, I'm a long hairsman and any player who plays for Liverpool who has slightly above average length hair, internally I'm a long hairsman at heart, so it does feel weird to have no hair, but it also feels great and I think it looks better. But I would say take charge if you're conscious of it. I was kind of getting a bit embarrassed by my hair because it was kind of receding so much, and just to do this I'm like, I don't, and it's not admitting defeat. Your hair wants you to be self-conscious about your thinning hair, whereas instead if you just go like that, you don't even think about it anymore. You don't even think about doing it in the morning. You just get up and go. Next, HipRice273. When/how did you start supporting Liverpool and what are some of your earliest Liverpool related moments? I started supporting them because my auntie and my cousins were all big Liverpool fans and I thought they were all really cool. And so I just started supporting them. And my earliest memory, weirdly, is when, was it the season Blackburn won the league? And Liverpool were playing Blackburn on the last day of the season. My aunties and my cousins were there and they were all cheering against Liverpool because if Blackburn won, it meant United didn't win the league. And I remember like Jamie Redknapp scored a free kick and my auntie being like, no! I was like, what? And I was thinking like, why aren't they happy? And that's my first introduction to like, oh, they're our rivals. Oh, okay. We don't like them. Got it. Just to pause in this video to ask if you haven't subscribed to please subscribe. And you can support the channel a number of ways, either through Ko-Fi, you can book a cameo, or you can check out some of the new merch. But don't check out the new merch until you hear me talking about it. So if you can't wait, just skip on to the end. Anyway, back to the Q&A. From Scouser Red 1998. Hello, Andy. I am a Liverpool fan from Ethiopia. I hope you are going to read the following long text before my actual question. One of the many reasons I love your channel is the fact that you feel how we feel. It feels like you're representative of fans watching Liverpool from far away, at home while creating our own connections and bonds with the Liverpool players, managers and everything related to the club. Your videos remind me of every single moment I spent as a Liverpool fan and how an incredibly large amount of dedication and direct relation to all our lives this game has. What I'm trying to say is, in this modern age of social media and unlimited amount of content, your channel is the only place I genuinely feel true love for Liverpool. Yes, man. This is a special place. You are a special person, Andy. Thank you. And thank you for all the amazing videos. Now for my question. First of all, thank you very much. That has made my day. Who are your favourite stand-up comedians, if you watch any? Do you know what? I'm a huge Bill Burr fan. And I realise I'm now starting to morph into him. I've liked him for ages. I don't think there's a special of his on Netflix or whatever that I don't like. Closer to this side, I like Kevin Bridges. And of course, my own brother, Tony Cantwell, who is a very funny stand-up comedian in Ireland and hands down the funniest person I've ever known. Who is your favourite Liverpool player that you don't think anyone else rates? Asks David Plummer. I don't think anyone doesn't rate any of the Liverpool players. I mean, some people like to hate on Curtis Jones. I think he's so tidy, and I never have any issues when he's in the first 11. Darwin obviously was really divisive, and God, I miss Darwin so much. Especially now, I keep seeing him posting, like, I mean, and that's how you make an exit as well, is like, there's a selfie with the whole team, He's got the post from Mo Salah. He posted like highlight reels on his Instagram and all. I mean, and it's so funny to see how Liverpool treat players leaving versus how they treated Trent, because it was like, we'd like to thank Darwin for all of his contributions. We'd like to thank Luis Diaz, Queven Kelleher, thank you so much. Jarell Kwanzaa, thank you so much. Trent Alexander-Arnold has informed Liverpool of his intention to leave at the end of the summer. All the best. Not that anyone doesn't rate him, because we all know his quality, but I hope that Conor Bradley gets a decent run as well this year. I know Frimpong is in that position, but Conor Bradley's so fucking good as well. So I'd like to see him a bit more as well this season. Wezick asks, where do you get the time to fit in family supporting Liverpool and then making some really cool videos about the Reds? I have to get up at 5 a.m. That's what I did today. I got up at 5. I woke up the toddler. My missus texted me from when I was downstairs and said, stop banging, you've woken the child. I was like, fuck. Pretty much all my sketches and all my YouTube videos are either filmed really early in the morning or on my lunch break. Knuckleball Twins asks, your comedy is on point. Oh, I'm not cherry picking these. It's who's your favourite YouTube channel / social content to watch when you want to be entertained yourself? In terms of Liverpool stuff, my brother, across the world, Liverpool fan in Japan, love Sai and I love his channel. Sam French asks, Andy, what would be your all-time Liverpool starting 11 based off straight vibes? Great question. In goal, I think Alisson Becker. He's got the vibes, but he's also got the raw talent as well. And you need a good keeper, really. Vibes or not, because the vibes will go south really quick if he's shite. So centre-back, I would have the pairing of Joel Matip and Ibu Kanate. Left back, John Anarisa. Right back, maybe Frimpong, to be honest. If we're talking just vibes, he's got vibes out the wazoo, this guy. Midfield, I'll have Dirk Kuyt, straight in. Maxi Rodriguez. Fabinho. Oh, I'm struggling now. And I need a bit of solidity. Wataru Endo. And up front, Divock Origi and Darwin Núñez. Andy Hooks asks, I'd love to know if we'll be getting a second part of The Revenge of Clive Tilsley. The first one was really funny. Thank you. I kind of struck up a bit of I wouldn't say friendship with Clive, but we messaged quite a bit. Not so much over the summer, but certainly before the summer, we were messaging quite frequently. And it's so funny, like the sounds from that sketch, you can probably see it on my shorts, but the audio that he sent, like, that's what gave the idea of this menacing turtle. Because he just sent me 4 maybe 5 minutes of insults, and I couldn't stop. Like, he's so genuinely funny.
Very funny.
Hello?
No, really, very funny. No.
Who put this here?
I'm going to lip sync commentators. Pretend to be them.
Moron. Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you, Cantwell. Andy smart ass Cantwell. I've got your name. Got your address, actually. Got this idea for a YouTube channel.
You're not real.
I move my lips to football commentary. Right, well, they won't move at all if your jaw's wide up, will they? Eh, Cantwell?
Hello?
Oh, on to Fletcher and Alley now. So versatile, aren't you? You're a parasite, mate. Just a leech on decent people trying to make a decent living.
I have a family.
Andy, shush. It won't end well, I tell you.
I was like, it was such a struggle to even know which ones to pick because they were all so good. So yeah, I'd love Clive, and hopefully we can do more this season and get part 2. Casper asks, is YouTube already paying part of the bills, and what are your aspirations with the channel and other social media? Would you do this full time if it were a possibility? I wouldn't say it is paying part of the bills, I suppose. It maybe get a couple of £100 a month off YouTube, which is, it's not nothing. It's quite nice, and it's nice to have 1 week a month where there's a little bit extra coming in. Of course, now that I've been doing it for a while, now it's just become a viable source of income to the point where it's It's not just a fun little folly anymore. It's like we'd be working out finances like, okay, and then you get paid on this day, and then when does your YouTube come in? Okay, yeah. So, and then with the social media stuff, it's more the YouTube that I would want to do full time. I don't know, like I've no desires to be a professional comedian, I suppose. I just like to put out stuff that I think is funny. Sometimes I get some ads and stuff off the back of it that I do. I'm doing something coming up, which is quite exciting. So that's nice. And that was one of the reasons why I got to go to Disneyland with my eldest child there a couple of weeks ago. Off the back of a previous ad I did, helped with the funds for that. So things like that have actually become quite nice. But yes, my aspirations for the channel is to do this full time. Still, hi Andy, still the same boring question. This is from Ali. Can Liverpool win the league again this season? By the way, Man City and Chelsea are really scary. Of course we can. I still don't think it's a given though that it's like, oh, we bought all these players, because we've also lost a lot of players. And how Liverpool is it that even though we've gone and spent big and done some un-Liverpool like things, that yet still our net spend is really good. But yeah, of course we can. Of course we can win the league, and we will. I don't know what's going to happen with the Isak thing. I think someone else was asking, what's your take on Isak? My view on Isak is honestly, and I know this is kind of like a boring, like whatever, but if we get him, brilliant. And if we don't get him, also completely fine. There's so much drama surrounding it that it's kind of just left me a little bit like, we don't normally do that sort of thing. I'm also conscious that Ekitike has started so well, and I don't want to ruffle any feathers there. Still, if you're offering me one of the best strikers in the world, I'll take him. What does that Endo shirt I bought last year say? It says Saka. At the top it says Wataru Endo, and at the side it says like Japanese captain, Liverpool warrior, something like that. Which leads me on to the new merch. Very excited to show you. So I'm going to go through item by item, and I haven't got a fucking Ek t-shirt yet, but I will probably in the next few days, so please do keep an eye on the merch store. But here's our new merch that we have in as of today. Let's start with my main man, Wataru Endo. Wataru Endo in anime style.
Spectacular, give me 14 of them right now.
We have him here lifting the Premier League title. The Japanese writing at the top says Wataru Endo. The writing at the bottom says Premier League champion. So we have it here in black, and we have it in white, and a few other various colours as well. Also, we have it in mug form. Now, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm getting one of these. You can have it in black, you can have it in blue, and you can have it in red. Up next, Federico Chiesa finally gets some merch himself. 89th minute, Federico Chiesa finally getting his moment for Liverpool, immortalised in a t-shirt in Italian blue. Hell yeah. Now, Mo Salah finally gets some love with this, and I'm quite happy with this, product information t-shirt, which basically gives you all of his stats, accolades, titles that he's won with Liverpool. Contents may contain traces of post-goal clarity. You've got a coffee there because he loves his coffee. So you have it in black with white writing, or white with black writing, and some other various colours as well. Plus, you have it in mug form, as you can see here. In honour of the brand new fucking mug scale, we have this fucking mug.
You trying to mug me off?
This is the official fucking mug that's going to be shown on screen. But also I wanted to show this. I was really debating actually selling this. I got myself one of these and I just kept it hidden. I didn't make it live or anything like that. But I got it made a few days after Jota died. It's basically just his name was Diogo mug. Now, I'm really uncomfortable making any profit off this. So like I don't actually make anything off these mugs, as you can see. I've set it to as low as possible. So if you want one of those, they're fairly cheap as well. If you like anything that you see there, the link is down below. Thank you very much for the questions, and I will be back probably in the next couple of days. Thank you so much for the support. I love you to bits. Up to fucking Reds.